organizing users and groups in your Bizbook backend office. So once you log in at bizbooksales.com, you're going to be put on a page like this, and we're going to come into organize. And at organize, at the top you'll have three different options: organize your files, organize your users and groups, and manage analytics access. And we're going to come into organize users and groups. And once we click on that, we'll notice that the user profiles are on the left and the group profiles are on the right. And for the purposes of this video and for the purposes of organizing your users and groups, I think it's easier to start in the groups. So we'll start there. So I'm just going to name this group Sales, and then I'm going to give them access to Bizbook and Test. So those are the two categories I'm giving any of my users associated with this group. I'm giving them access to those two categories, and those two categories were again created in organizing your content. So I'm going to save changes. Organizing your files or your content is where your categories are created. So once I've created my group, you'll notice that I have 0 users associated with this group. I can always come back in and edit it later, which will put me back on that same page that I created it on. But then I can come over to organizing my users, and I can create a new user. So here I am just going to type in my name, my email address, and then a username. So you're going to pick out the usernames, but you can always auto-generate the password. But for this purpose, I'm going to create my own password. So once you're done here and you hit create a user, your user will receive an email with their credentials. So an email will be generated and will go to this email address with their username and password. But before I hit create user, I want to associate myself with the group sales. So in other words, I basically just told the Bizbook backend office that I wanted to give myself access to the categories Bizbook and Test 2, because those are the two categories that are underneath sales. And then I can create the user. If a user has not signed in on their front-end application, their icon will be black, and when they have signed in, it will turn to blue. But let's say I wanted to give myself access to that group and a category that group didn't have access to. So I can come back in here and I can give myself, I know that the group of sales has access to Bizbook and Test 2. So I can just give the other category, I can give myself access to that other category by just dragging and dropping that category in here. And then hitting save changes. From there, once your users and your groups profiles are created and you're happy how they are, you come over, as always, and hit share. And anytime you create a new user or a new group or create a new category and assign it to a group or user, you come over and you hit share updates.